Hello everybody and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus rotation streak with me pentahybrid. Now normally I'd be a little bent out of shape about the last run. Ending the rotation streak on a Judas run that was primed and ready to be maybe one of the strongest I've had in a very long time. But if there's one thing I love more than winning, it's being an absolute idiot and causing myself a very big laugh. And that was exactly what happened. Like, you don't see that misplay super often. I would actually wager to bet, and correct me if I'm wrong, people who are viewing this right now, I would actually wager a strong bet I'm the only person in the last 2-3 years of Isaac that you've seen make that misplay. And I've done it twice in the last 2 years. Actually, I've done it 3 times. But the one time I did it intentionally, but I did it intentionally, but I forgot to pick the stuff up off the floor first or something. I can't recall. But yeah, it's just, there's moments in this game that you can't script, and that's just one of them, and it's just miraculously hilarious to me. And you know that you come back to the Isaac run, and everything's gonna be peachy and fine, and you're gonna win, and then you're gonna move on to the Maggie, and that's where it really sticks me, is Maggie. I don't mind a Maggie run, I wish I enjoyed the character more, is really what it boils down to. Maggie to me is just super boring. The tears up, or not the tears up pill. God, I wish she started with the tears up pill. But the speed up pill is like the best thing that ever happened to that character, and that's not even that big of a deal. I shouldn't have picked that up first. That's a bad mistake. That's a rookie mistake. Don't pick that up before you go into the curse room. Can we get something beautiful here, please? I'll reroll whatever you give me if it's bad, but I do have to take the pills. Speed down. That is... oh my god. Yep. This is just like where it really boils into, like, you can't lose as Isaac, man. He's too easy. It's just like, he's the main character for a reason, right? And I've harped on this before, and I've lost as Isaac, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never lost as Isaac. I have lost as Isaac. But it's just so... he's ridiculously easy with the D6, but he's also so easy without it. He's a crappy character without it, don't get me wrong. He's a shitty character without the D6, which leads me to my question that I was actually going to have for the question of the day for you guys. But I'm going to save that until I can, well, I'm going to save that until I defeat what I think is my least favorite champion of the Duke of Flies, because I'm about to not take damage there because I'm lucky as shit. There was no way I was going to get out of that one, though. Let's be honest here. This is where cancer is going to be a bit of a... Just please. Thank you. Polydactyly. I'd normally take it, but I'm actually not mad about Pageant Boy here. And the reason is, we're going to go to the next floor with an arcade. That is the positive of that. Would I rather have it than Polydactyly? Maybe not. But yeah, the D6 makes Isaac so powerful, and people don't realize how powerful he is with it. And the thing here is, I'll describe it how I described it to one of my friends who was just starting out playing Isaac. The D6 by itself is obviously one of the best items in the game. It's not even a question. There's no argument about it. It is. It just is. I gotta get rid of this poop trinket. As much as I love getting random poops, it's actually gonna get me hurt more than it's gonna help me. I love that trinket. It's super fun. It can benefit you. I'm not saying it's like an atrocious trinket. It's a joke trinket, but it does actually help you. If you have, like, petrified poop, Anything that increases, like, there's some cool trinket synergies with it that are fun. Watch batteries is insane. And it just goes into lacrophagy. Chat, do I take lacrophagy? I don't like it, but I'm going to take it because you can't lose as Isaac anyway, so what's the point of not taking? But anyway, yeah. The D6, it's not even an argument that it's one of the best items in the game. I would, if you're going purely straight across the board, not offensive, not defensive, you're just going by the item, D6 is a top 5 item in the game. Is it offensively powerful? No. Is it defensively powerful? No. Is it a great utility item? Occasionally. But the fact of the impact that an item can have on the run, D6 is top 5. There's no question about it. There's actually some interesting synergies here with the Lacrophagy and the Splody Boy tiers from Euthanasia that I'm going to enjoy quite a bit, actually. This might be a synergy that I didn't predict, and I'm kind of digging. But we've been to our item room? What was our item room? Lacrophage, you dumbass. Dough Razor, great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But I'm actually just going to take Pay to Play. We have not gotten many keys on this run, and Pay to Play is definitely not a bad item. I will do this, though. This is kind of counterintuitive because I just got Pay to Play, but Pay to Play does not get me chests. It also allows me to go into that double locked room, I think? Oh, Jesus. Another one? Yep. And I might even Chariot here, depending on how quickly he pays out here. Pill? That was incredibly stupid. Please? Oh my god, are you joking with me right now? Yeah, reroll it. Dad, cat. I'll take it. We don't need... we'll use Ansys. We'll use Chariot. We'll take Yera, and then we'll leave. There's a Tinted Rock in there, god damn it. I don't need bombs. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, chat. I don't want to talk about it. Also, Pay to Play doesn't affect those anyway, so that's fine. That's fine. We're fine. We're doing just splendid. There's no complaints here at all. It's not that we don't have any bombs and we went back in there. Is there a bomb here? There wasn't, but there's a key which does get us our double key room, which I'm going to go back for. I absolutely have to go back for it. We are in an interesting predicament with this run right now, and I've avoided the topic that I've been bringing up for like 7 different times. We'll get there. So, the D6, stupidly powerful. This room's amazing. It's stupidly powerful, right? But it's not outside of what it does for the run, it's not that impressive of an item. And Isaac, outside of the D6 unlock, is not that impressive of a character. He's the default character. He's easy because he doesn't start with negatives or positives at all. He's the neutral character. And so playing as Isaac is generally going to be easier than playing with anybody else because you start with your base statistics. You don't start with, you know, a minus in speed or a minus in damage or a minus in range or a minus in luck or, you know, ooh, you get +5 this, but you get -2 that. It's like, he's the character, right? And then you take that and you give him the D6 to start. It's disgustingly powerful. And he's already easy enough to win with, but once you throw in the D6, and this is kind of the crux of what I was going to talk about, is like, once you throw in the D6, you should not lose as Isaac, is what it really comes down to. You should not lose as him. Can you? Yes. Everybody plays, it does misplays here and there, but you should not lose as him. It's like, you should feel bad for yourself. This is mean, but you should feel bad for yourself if you lose as Isaac. That's all I'm saying. And I have lost as Isaac, and every time I do, I'm like, you know what? I deserve that because you should not lose as this character. You should not lose as him. Losing as Maggie, you know, the speed can come back to get you, but once you get the speed uphill, it's a little bit harder to lose. But then it comes down to RNG because you still don't have all the positives that Isaac does because you don't have the D6. You don't have the ability to turn the run into what you want it to. You're just Maggie, who's an average character with 1 extra heart, and it's really no positives about her except, you know, ooh, you got Yum Heart, and Yumhart's garbage outside of like 5 scenarios. Whereas Kane there's no secret that Kane's my favorite character in the game. I do believe he's a substantially powerful character. I'm going to take the second Guppy piece. Unfortunately, I don't... God damn it, I should have gone back for the other battery. I still don't know what's going on with my rerolls, or not my rerolls, my devil deals. I have not answered that question yet. I told myself I was going to Google it, and then I didn't Google it, but I need to figure out what's going on there, because that feature should still be in the game. You should still be able to take a cheaper devil deal than you have health for. Because I don't believe that was changed. I don't believe that was taken out of the game. And if it was done without my permission. And I will have to confront Ed on this this change to the game that I do not approve of. This is immediately... I'm not going to jump on the train if this is a bad run already, because this is just a bad room. This is actually a really, really bad room for this build. The run isn't bad. I'm not going to say it's bad yet, because I don't believe it is bad. I've encountered a room that I don't like that does not work with this build. Something hit me there? I'm not sure what. I think his death throw hit me, and I wasn't expecting it, so... Please... Oh dear, come on. At least the syringes explode into syringes, though. That's kind of... Or explode into euthanasia shots. That's kind of nice. Does this room normally have... Oh, Jesus. I didn't know that hitbox was that weird. They actually do shoot out the diagonals. That's frightening. This room is not also built for this build. I see the tinted rock, chat. Just in case you're like, tinted rock. I see it. I don't have bombs. Because there have been 0 consumables on this run, like the last 8 runs that we've had. Where there's been barely any consumables, and I will get this tinted rock as soon as we get some form of reliable Splody Boy. That ain't a Splody Boy, and unfortunately it spawned in front of me, and I gotta do the long way around. Take the half heart. Go into the trap room. Just another reason I want bombs. I do want to use the Yara on the tinted rock if it is something worthwhile. I'm going to use both my keys on here unadvisably. I do want a D6 so bad. I'm going to save the D6 until we see what's on the rest of the floor. Here's a min-maxy thing that I do that a lot of people don't do, and people need to start doing a little bit more just because it helps you dictate how your run is going to go. Little things like you see a D6 room and you immediately you're like, oh, my run is shit, I gotta reroll now. If I don't reroll now, I lose it. No, you go back to the D6 room once you find out the rest of your floor, right? Because what if your devil deal sucks? You could still take the items and reroll them into something better. Like right now, what if our item room is garbage? What if our item room is just another range upgrade, right? The possibility of that is very slim because just range upgrades don't randomly take over your item rooms, but you know what I mean. If we go in there and it's like fucking dead tooth, right? Think about it. Just think about it for a second. If you go in there and it's dead tooth, you're gonna be pissed that you just rerolled out of that, or into that when you had the ability to not take a dead tooth and instead reroll that into possibly like a number 1 or, you know, quad shot or something like that. So always utilize your rooms in the best way possible. It's my advice for beginner players who might, you know, for some reason start watching this series instead of like the 9,000 other videos I have on the game. But if you are here and this is your first time playing, that's like beginner tip 101. Utilize your rooms, arcades or otherwise. Just utilize your rooms the best way you possibly can for the run. And don't feel bummed if you miss the chance of doing something, because there's always going to be an opportunity to do it later down the line. But if you walk into a room and you haven't gone to your item room like we haven't, and then you see that room there and you're like, oh cool, we have this room here, I can use this in a much better way than rolling my shitty run right now. But then again, it's like, how bad is the run, right? How bad is the run? But is my run so bad that I can't make it to my item room? Then you might take the chance and you might just have to skip your item room or accept a bad item. In that situation, sure, but right here, I'm not going to reroll Seraphim. I'm going to keep Seraphim, so I'm going to go back and reroll my run right now. Come back, get Seraphim, because I love Seraphim. And as much as I think this run has potential to be amazing, and I love Cancer, that's such a great first item room. Cancer's such a great item. It is. It really is. Of course, we rolled into... Oh boy, Polyphemus Fruitcake. Okay, this is going to get exciting, I think. Polyphemus Fruitcake is a damn fine combination, in my opinion. Also the seed, for those that are 14 minutes late to the video. Esquix Nizvub. Alright, let's go. So we've re-rolled everything, which means our D6 is gone. That's the only downside. However, we can still go back, get Seraphim, hope for a couple speed upgrades here. Because experimental treatment gave us a nasty speed downgrade, but did help us out in, I believe, the tiers department. It re-rolled. Oh, was the D6 re-rolls everything on the floor? Hurt me. Give me some tiers upgrades with my poly. Hurt me. Hurt me one more time. Thank you. I'll sacrifice all these bone hearts, man. Give me some poly with a good damage tiers output. Ooh, daddy. Oh god, fruitcake. Fruitcake. Ooh. I love Mom's Key. God, we need. Okay, we need to. I'm gonna bomb it one more time for good measure. One more time. Man, I love car battery. I was hoping for a discount. This is good too. Justice is fine. I was hoping for like a discount good active item. And for the people who are gonna come into the comments and be like, didn't you see blank card? I'm like, yeah, blank card's fine. It's definitely not my favorite for sure though. But in this run, it's not at all my favorite. We have no use for it right now. That's 2/3 spun. With an I found pills pill. And Kane's eye is too big for his eye patch. You're adorable, bud. And this isn't Kane, by the way. What am I talking about? Wait, why do you have an eye patch? Oh no, it's not an eye patch. It's Polyphemus and the PhD, which I just realized we have PhD. I don't know how I just realized we have PhD. That's why we knew what I found pills was. Duh, 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 duh. The brain is working, chat. Also, this is a very long run. Why is this 16 minutes already? Why is this 20 minutes on this floor? What is going on? We're on the flooded caves. It's a bit of a change of pace from my last couple runs, actually. Feels kind of weird. Moving slow. Gonna go really quick as soon as we get 1 to 2 more items, because as soon as you get a poly fruitcake, the run is going to pick up pace at an alarming rate. Sissy Longlegs, you're fine. You're fine. I don't really promise Sissy Longlegs. Is it the best item room ability? No, but free spiders, I won't ever really complain about. There's some people who are like, it's not Brimstone. Shit item room. Like, no, Sissy, the people need to understand that there's 600 items in the game. You're not gonna get Godhead in every item room, man. Every item has its value. Some of them are less than others, but like you're not gonna go into a room and get wait what and be like, this is the best run ever. But then there's also situations where you don't have bombs and getting a wait what is pretty damn good. It's like Butterbean. Butterbean is not a very. It's not gonna get any parades, but it's not a bad item by any stretch of the imagination. There are items in the game that legitimately are just bad and they do nothing for you. Butterbean actually helps if you use it correctly. Okay, there's no objectively like 100% all the time every single run bad items. There's joke items, there's meme items, but they even have their uses. It's one of my things that I will always defend in Isaac is I always state that there's no bad items. Like, purely bad items. Like, there's literally no reason to touch it. Like, people are like, well, what about Data Miner? I'm like, Data Miner's actually decent. It's risky, but it's decent. Strictly because of the fact that it gives you stat upgrades. It's like a risk-reward D8. More risk-reward D8, because D8's already a risky item, but it's more of a risky D8 than D8 is, because it only gives you a plus and minus of one stat, whereas D8 re-rolls your stats. Super Bandage, I'm not excited about it. We have so much HP, it actually rolled over some of our health, and I'm not ever happy when it rolls my health over, but lump of coal here would be awesome. I'm not even going to be complaining if it was the other one. Either of the items there would have been great. So did it, in Afterbirth, in the balance from the booster 5, did they change how Guppy works? So if you reroll out of a Guppy item now in the current meta of the game, do you lose that Guppy item? Because it never used to work that way. It used to be an Afterbirth and Rebirth. And again, this just goes to my complete ignorance of how Afterbirth Plus works a lot of the time, because I just don't agree with a lot of the changes they made in the Afterbirth Plus. But I believe it still functions the same. I believe you still, if you reroll, you can reroll into transformations, is what I'm trying to say. But I think they changed that. Maybe they did. God, piercing would be amazing here. Dead Onion, Sagittarius, something on that line. I mean, every now and then we're gonna get our. We don't have a battery. We don't have a. We're getting so many battery charges. We don't even have an active item. So I'm gonna take the black lapstick. Lapstick. Oh god, that has connotations that I didn't expect. A lapstick, which means a penis. Anyway, chat. Let's move into the shop. Bogo bombs. We have a lot of bombs, but I have no reason to not take it. I guess. Strength card is amazing. Take another bomb. Take another key. And then we're just going to donate a bunch. No, we're not. We're going to donate 2. Because that is what the game has allowed me to do. This is a +2 bombs, +1 key, plus a penny. And would have been a reroll if I still had the D6, but we don't. I'm not getting that key. As much as I'd love to trade a bomb for a key right there, we have a surplus of both. Are you able to reroll into transformations in this one? Because I had Guppy's Collar, but if the game doesn't allow me to do that anymore, I actually have to get 2 more Guppy items at this point. If not, I only have to get 1 more. And I guess the easiest way to find that out, I'm not getting that penny. Easiest way to find that out is if I get another Guppy item on this run per luck and get the Guppy, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we could totally reroll into them. But then it might also be the situation where the reroll rooms allow it, but not the dice themselves. I wish I knew. There's been so many changes to this game. Like, I'm starting to believe that Devil Deal thing is actually part of the game now, and if it is, I'm gonna be real pissed. I'm gonna write Ed a slightly distasteful email. I'm gonna make fun of his socks. I know he's passionate about his socks. Big Chubby's not bad. Big Chubby's not bad. He's pretty damn good DPS. And he blocks tears during his wiggledy-doo, so I'm not gonna complain about getting a little big chubby here. Can I get him to proc while you're not in the air? It almost happened. Right here. Right here. Oh, he's gonna kill him. He almost killed him by himself. Good job, Big Chubby. Give me that deal. 36%. Come on, God. Let's take it. Swift. I can't open this. Hold on. I gotta take a... Trying to open a bottle with one hand is not a task I'd wish upon anybody. Why not take our time? We've already taken 37,000 minutes to get to the third chapter. So, take a drink of the pink lemonade. You know, I want to rank the runes, too. There's so many rank videos that are potentially... I mean, that are easy to do. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine is, like, super cool. And it's good to know we have it in the rotation, but I genuinely don't see a use case for it on this run, unfortunately. As good of a pill as it is, It's one of the meme pills that's not bad. We're gonna do the sacrifice room, and we're gonna do it right this time. I promise you. How to jump is interesting. I gotta find the item room first before we do the sacrifice room. And potentially some tinted rocks if possible. What was our last pill? Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Yeah. Yeah, 40 cents. I'm not mad. Almost 50 cents. I'm almost a rapper. The rune bag. Ooh, 2 rainbow poops. Do you see that stuff, man? Do you see that rainbow poops? Hanging on that rune. Having a good old time. God damn, Isaac. This run's way too long. Let's go to the sacrifice room. We're gonna probably end up picking up HP here anyway. Plus, Angel Deal would be amazing if we could get to the Angel Deal on one of these. That would be awesome. Honestly, I'm gonna take Bob here. We don't have flight, but... yeah, we're not. Ooh, that's the one you needed. Now don't walk into the spikes again, you dumbass. Can I get that Bob here? Yeet! Alright, don't walk on the spikes again, just take your soul hearts. Max out on your HP. Got 100% Angel Deal chance. Just go find her boss, which is going to be Mom, unfortunately. Dude, at this point in time, just give me some consumables. There's our shop. Potential library, but most likely shop. Another donation machine. Dude, 3 cent spider mod? Gimme. Any day, every day. Wheel of Fortune. I'd like to play it, but honestly I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna hit it once. We'll one tap. Didn't give me nothing, bomb it. Take the stuff. We'll get out of here. Alright. Only thing left on this floor that I give a damn about is our boss floor. Is our boss fight, excuse me. There it is. Mama. Mama, I'm coming home. Mama. Mama, I'm coming home. Mama, I'm coming home. Dude, those random holy light shots. Can I get a big chubby on one of the eyes? Ooh, there it is. He did it. Oh, you're such a beautiful big chubby. Coming in strong with the big flex. Devil Deal. 100% Angel Deal. We took a devil deal. I forgot we took a devil deal. We're taking all of this, by the way. They ain't gonna give me Godhead or Sacred Heart or Crown of Light or Holy Shot or the Mind or the Soul or any of the Purity, any of the wonderful Angel Deal items. Trinity Shield. We're definitely gonna be taking all of that wonderful stuff that was in there. Incubadass. The one-stop shop at incubation. Ooh. That's way better. That's way better and super for this run. Super for this run. I still killed an enemy with that and I missed. Bob, got you good. I wish people love Bob's Rain more as much as I do. Or Bob's Rotten Head. Bob's Rain both, actually. Both of them. Bob's Rotten Head is... It's a classic. I have a strong affinity for anything that was from Vanilla Isaac, though. And that really shows my elitism for the Isaac items. Is like, if something was in Vanilla Isaac, I tend to give it more of a chance than anything else. And probably the same for Rebirth. Like, you really can see... I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. This run's long enough. But you could really see my favoritism for the older items in the game, from Rebirth and Vanilla. And I think Rebirth, the only reason that I feel so strong about some of those items is how the Keeper just pops up in this chest, which is beautiful, is because it was the new, it was like, you are not gonna get more new than Rebirth was. Afterbirth was fine. I actually quite enjoyed Afterbirth. I thought it was way too easy, and then Afterbirth Plus came out and it was way too hard, and then they made it extremely easy. They pulled a full 180. They were like, oh, it's too hard now? It's too hard? You don't like our game this hard? Like, no, we don't like it when it's bullshit. We don't like it when it's unfair. If you're gonna kick our ass, make it fair. And then they're like, all right, fine. I'm just gonna make the game the easiest thing in the world. And then it's just like, all of my deaths are human error. They're not because the game is hard. They're because I'm a dumbass and I'm not paying attention. But anyway, my affinity for the items comes very strongly the older the versions of the game get. Like Wrath of the Lamb and Vanilla are always gonna, the items from that are always gonna hold a very strong affinity for me, or from me. And then Rebirth is the same way, like, even just, like, simple items that are people are like, why do you like that item? I'm totally gonna take the tick. We have no reason for any other trinket here. Why do you like so many, why do you like this item? Why do you like that item? I'm like, I don't know, it's really good. Is it, though? No, but I like it. That's how people react when they're like, dude, Pento, why do you like Mysterious Liquid so much? It's not even that good. I'm like, but I like it. I don't know, because the first time I saw that sprite appear in an item room, I was freaking out. I'm like, what is it? You can't really beat a new item in a roguelite. You really can't. That's a feeling that is only rivaled by, like, 2 other things. Getting a really hard achievement back when the 360s, in the Xbox 360's heyday, when achievements actually were valuable for any reason. They were bragging rights. Like, you go to school, you go to freaking middle school, and you're like, dudes, I beat Ragnarok or miscellaneous Thor bad guy in one without losing a hit, without getting hit. And then everybody in your cafeteria is like, oh my god, that's a 0.1% chance achievement. Like that. And like, obviously everybody here who pays attention knows that I'm a big Tarkov player. Escape from Tarkov, first-person survival RPG, survival mill sim. It's a really hard game to describe, but it's got a lot of genres in it. It's also kind of a roguelite, so if you're interested in games like Isaac and Gungeon and stuff like that, please check out my Tarkov content I do. But yeah, I play a lot of Tarkov, and one of the things about Tarkov is it wipes. So it has wipe cycles. It does like seasons like Path of Exile and stuff like that do. So every, 3 to 6 months, everything gets completely erased from your account, and everybody in the world starts fresh at 0 again. You start with what you paid for, you bought the game with, those items and stuff, and then you just start over, and all the items that are new and old get re-hidden. I'm totally gonna fucking not fight. Do I fight Hush here? With 9 lives, I'm gonna say no this time. I want to because it's gonna be an easy fight, but the run's already long enough. It's not gonna be a fast Hush fight. It'll be an easy one, but it won't be a fast one. And I'm in the mood to just get back to our Judas run. And so, dude, our guy's looking badass, by the way. But yeah, we play it on Tarkov, and when it wipes, everything gets, new items get added, old items get, when you start the wipe, everything's unknown to you. You don't know what any items are. It's just a shadow, and then it's with the shape silhouetted, and then you have to click on it and reveal it. And the whole reason of this is getting achievement on the Xbox 360 back when achievements were interesting, and that's interesting as well. And finding an item that's super valuable, super rare, brand new, a key that you know has a huge amount of worth to it in that game. Clicking the examine button and having it reveal the silhouette, and that euphoric sensation of this item is amazing, and I can't believe I just found it. That, the achievements, and like finding a brand new item in Isaac. Those are like the 3 best gaming feelings in my opinion. Like there's definitely other good feelings, like beating a hard boss. Like there's good feelings, but those are my 3. Those are the kings for me. Tarkov's only a recent love interest, but it's quickly become like my most played game in a short span of time. Like, definitely I have more hours in other games like Smash, Isaac, Terraria, stuff like that. I have plenty more hours in than Tarkov because I haven't been playing Tarkov long enough to have as many hours as I do in Isaac. And I've been playing Isaac for 7 years. 8 years? 8 years! Isaac turned 8 this year. Or, well, technically last year. I forgot about that. I've been playing Isaac for 8 freaking years, man. I've been playing Tarkov for almost a year and a half at this point. So, not nearly as long. So, but for the amount of time it's been out, plus 3 damage up, nice. For the amount of time it's been out, I've definitely put the most in that short amount of time. I put the most amount of time into it. Like over the course of since October, when I first launched it and played it myself, I'm over 1,000 hours at this point. When Vanilla Isaac came out, I actually didn't play it a whole ton. I played it a bunch when Wrath of the Lamb came out, but for the vanilla cycle and like Halloween update cycle, I played it probably 60 to 80 hours. I wouldn't say it was like my most played game at that time. I was still playing a lot of other games at the time. I was playing a lot of Super Meat Boy. I used to speedrun Super Meat Boy. So it's like, yeah. But then Wrath of the Lamb came out and it revitalized the game and added what I would say is the best slew of content the game probably will ever see. And it's knowing Repentance is around the corner, and as much as I love Afterbirth, Wrath of the Lamb like changed the way people thought about like the game design in around that time. Like, as much as I love giving credit to games like Spelunky and Rogue and stuff like that, or Spelunky and like Angband and stuff like that for giving the Rogue genre past the game Rogue a bit of a breath, Wrath of the Lamb was just like where it went from like this cute little flash game to this is a legit maybe best game of all time kind of thing. Wrath was so good. It was clunky, it was weird, it was flash, and it was pretty garbage occasionally, but content-wise, production-wise, it was so good. And Rebirth is very close. Rebirth is very close to my heart and very, very dear to me. Because Rebirth did everything that Ed wanted to do with Flash and Wrath of the Lamb that he couldn't do because of the engine of Flash and how bad it is. Flash is really bad, and developing for Flash is really bad. But he's come so far since then, and I love seeing what the game has become, but Wrath was so good. Dark Bum, I'm gonna take the guys. I'm a Dark Bum with a Black Rune. Give me another luck upgrade. This run isn't even that long. That's the scary thing. Is like we got to the 3rd floor at like 18 minutes. We're still finishing the game at like 34. So very, very slow run that, like I said, sped up pretty considerably with the Fruitcake, Polyphemus, Pact, Sin Robes, Incubus. It cranks up pretty quickly once you get those few upgrades you need for this run, for this build. Once you get a Poly and a Fruitcake, you don't really need a whole lot to speed it up. A couple Tears upgrades maybe, and we got that with Brittle Bones, so like it catapulted to a new level as soon as we got a few of those upgrades. I do like Game Kid here, actually. I like Game Kid more than Bob here. I wish we had a couple orbitals that would make it better, and I'm not talking about Orbital Potato. I just wish we had a cubometer. I mean, like, Sack Taker's the dream, right? But I thought he got frozen up in the air, and I'm like, wait a second, we don't have a freeze effect that's maybe Fruitcake frozen, but no, he just died midair, I guess. Because he never came back down. He jumped up, and then he was dead. It was like the opposite. Oh, I'm not going to make that joke. That's a bad joke, chat. We're not making that joke. It's tasteless humor. We're not doing it. We're not doing it today. I'm gonna use this in the boss fight and hope it's Algiz or something. I mean, not even Algiz. What do I want this to be? Oh, the final room! Oh my god. I don't even know what it did. It ain't even that bad. The final item. Oh, was Algiz. Dude. I asked for it, then I told it not to be it, and then it still gave me it. We're not fighting Delirium. The final item of the game, of the run, was Mysterious Liquid. How amazing is that? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my ramblings. Follow Jonas Fatson on Instagram, and we'll continue Magdalene next time. Hopefully we won't die. We need to get the rotation streak moving. Like I always say, it's not a streak until you hit 10, so let's make it to 10. Without any dumbass mistakes like that last episode, but catch you later.